YouTube. How we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo. And this is another episode of Yo Hoops. We go through every NBA game every day. Today's Saturday, March 1st, and we have a 6-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through every game, let you know which sides I like, and stick around because I have a highlighted play of the day. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite games in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, we went 0-2. We dropped both of our highlighted plays. Overall, it was a terrible day for me, too. I got absolutely smoked by the books. First, we took the Indiana Pacers laying 4.5 points in Miami against the Miami Heat. The game did come down to the wire, but the Heat made some key stops down the stretch and ultimately won the game 125-120. Next, we took the LA Clippers against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers really should have won this game. Harden shot 5 for 22 from the field, and the Clippers lost the game by 4. They were laying 4.5 points, so we went 0-2 on the day. Recapping the month of February, it definitely wasn't my month. We went 7-22 against the spread on all highlighted plays in the month, and on every game played this month, I went 79, 92, and 5 against the spread. You guys already know this. Like I said, this was a tough month for me, but I'm excited for March and I'm ready to knock it out, start getting back in that win column and building up some win streaks. Recapping the year overall as a whole, we're now 37-40 against the spread on all highlighted plays. So just below 50%, we're going to get back above in March. And on every game played in 2025, I'm 200, 193 and 9. So still hitting above a 50% clip on every game played. But like I said, guys, let's get in this month and start running up a bag. I'm excited and let's get it going. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup of the evening, we have the Washington Wizards in Charlotte taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets are laying 4 points and the total is 220.5. I'm surprised to see the Wizards as dogs here, but their injury report is concerning. So looking at it, Jordan Poole, Saddiq Bey, and Malcolm Brogdon are all ruled out. Then Alex Sarr is questionable. On the Hornets side, LaMelo Ball is questionable as well, but based on this line, I do believe he goes. The Wizards have shown me over the last month that they're the more competitive team here. They've beaten teams like the Nets, the Timberwolves, and even these Hornets recently. On the season, the Wizards are now 10, 14, and 2 against the spread as road underdogs, cashing below a 50% clip, but still covering in spots. I'll let you guys know throughout the season that the Hornets are not a team you want to be laying points with. They're 0-3 against the spread as home favorites this season, so they haven't cashed one time when they were supposed to win at home. I can't hope that they come through for us here, so we're taking the Wizards plus the 4 as our first selection of today. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Brooklyn Nets in Detroit taking on the Detroit Pistons. Pistons are laying 11 points, and the total is 218.5. Both teams do come into this one on the second leg of back-to-backs. The Pistons remain at home while the Nets fly to Detroit. Both of these teams shit the bed last night, but the Pistons' loss was more emphatic. Right when we had expectations for Detroit to step up to their competition, they get aired out by 15 points. That being said, I do think they bounce back here. The Pistons are going to be motivated coming into this one. They just got embarrassed on their home court, and they should easily be able to beat up on the Nets to get some get back here. One of the Nets' big problems this season has been their health, so here on no rest and with travel, I think they're in trouble. We're taking the Pistons laying the 11 as our next selection of today. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Sacramento Kings in Houston taking on the Houston Rockets. Rockets are laying 5 points and the total is 228. Both of these teams have been 50-50 against the spread this season. The Kings are 6-6 against the spread as road dogs, and the Rockets have dropped to 12-12 against the spread as home favorites. Thing is, I like how the Kings have been playing recently. They've been starting to find their rhythm and have gotten multiple blowout wins over the last few weeks. The Rockets look like they're trying to get their groove back. Over the last few seasons, we know Houston's been one of the best home teams in the league, but like I just said, they're now a 50-50 team even at home. I think the Kings have a chance to win this game outright, but I want the 5 points in my back pocket, so we're taking the Kings plus the 5 as our next selection of today. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the San Antonio Spurs in Memphis taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies are laying 9.5 points, and the total is 242. The Grizzlies are on the second leg of a back-to-back here, but no travel as they remain in Memphis. I really don't like this Spurs team without Wemby. On the season, they're just 9-12 as road underdogs, and recently, like I said, without the alien, the wheels have started to fall off. On the other side, we know what the Grizzlies do at home. They're now 16-10 against the spread as home favorites, and that's including their loss yesterday against the Knicks. Coming off a letdown, Memphis should be locked in here and have no problem airing out the Spurs by double digits. These two teams played recently on February 3rd of last month, and the Grizzlies won 128-109 with Wemby playing. Here, without Alien, I think the Spurs are in big trouble. We're taking the Grizzlies laying the 9.5 as our highlighted selection of today. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors in Philadelphia taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Warriors are laying 8.5 points, and the total is 226.5. Looking at the injury reports for this one, Joel Embiid has now officially been ruled out for the season. That's a good thing in my opinion. The Sixers season is a wash anyways. Might as well let Embiid recover and try and get a little value on the back end of his contract. On the Warriors side in this game, Jimmy Butler is questionable with back spasms. I do lean towards the Warriors. Of course, the Sixers have been terrible this season, but this is not one I'm rushing to the window to bet. We saw that in the Warriors' last game, it took Steph scoring 56 points on 25 attempts to get a win over Orlando narrowly by 6 points. He's not going to do that every night, but that being said, the Sixers are so disappointing that I can't even look in their direction, so we're taking the Warriors laying the 8.5 as our next selection of today. Let's move. In our last and final matchup of the evening, we have the Milwaukee Bucks in Dallas taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Bucks are laying 4 points, and the total is 228. The Mavs have been hooping. They've now covered against the spread in 8 out of their last 10 games. They did fail to cover in their last game against the Hornets, though, and that was a bit concerning considering LaMelo Ball wasn't playing. On the other side, I've really liked what I've seen from the Bucks as well. They've gone 6-3 straight up since trading for Kyle Kuzma, and they just got a statement win against the Denver Nuggets in their last matchup, and Denver's been rolling, so that was impressive to see. Like I've been saying, I'm high on Dallas later in the season when they're back healthy, but with Gafford and Anthony Davis still out, I think Giannis has a field day here. He's currently averaging 31, 12, and 6 on the season, and I don't think the Mavs have anything to slow him down here. We're taking the Bucks laying the 4 as our last and final selection of the evening. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Honestly, I'm glad to put February behind me. I'm looking forward to March. I'm going to make it a big one and get us back in that win column. You remember what we did in January? I'm telling you, we're going to be back this month. Again, I appreciate your support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'ma catch y'all. Peace.